Hello and welcome to Lone Investor. So in this video, I'm going to do an update on Bitcoin. Last time I did an update on Bitcoin was in February 9th, so it's about 3 weeks ago, and a lot of interesting things has happened since then, especially Russia. So once again, we are going to take a look at the technical picture, the on-chain data, and the macro environment to determine what I believe Bitcoin is heading. So in terms of the technical picture, so last time we were at 45, 46K, and then we have a soft double top with a weak RSI. So it's due to either consolidation or a retest of a certain support, which then Bitcoin kind of falls along the support line. So one major bad news is of course the Russia and Ukraine issue. So making Bitcoin drop below the support line, and then we have a very fast rapid drop on February 24th on the night that when Russia decided to go into Ukraine. And since then, everything has been cooling off a bit and the market recovers a bit. So as Bitcoin. So right now we're at a kind of a consolidation state. But then in an hour chart, you see the RSI and MACD is kind of fading down in momentum. So we'll either see a pullback to retest one of the support line, or we'll see more consolidation before anything will be decided. Of course, whether going up and down will be depending on the macro environment. As for the moving average, last time we have a golden cross, which I say hasn't happened since in October. As following the double top, you see kind of a pullback, and with Russia-Ukraine situation, it pulls down Bitcoin, and we have a little kind of death cross in here, and then right now we are going towards recovering again, and this sort of action has happened before. If you take a look at what happened in July 2021, we have a golden cross, death cross, and golden cross to have another fully one up to the all-time high. So if things are starting to cool off between Russia and Ukraine, and then there isn't any more bad news with crypto, the 50 days moving average will sooner be crossing the 200 days again, breaking another golden cross, and hopefully that will be a start of a one-up. And I have said before, the technical picture it's not 100% accurate. It always depends on other data such as the macro environment. So first, let's take a look at the realized hold ratio. So this is taken from Glassnode. They do have videos and newsletter updates pretty much weekly, so you can take a look at those if you don't want to pay the premium to get the most up-to-date. So this is pretty much the short-term holder over the long-term holder ratio. As you know, short-term traders only trade in days and weeks, so they have set a limit sell and limit buy. So when there are a lot of short-term traders coming in, it's easier to push up the price up or down. As you can see, the wave is kind of correlated to the Bitcoin price at the back. And this green zone has been indicating a strong buy signal for a lot of traders, as every time the wave hit the green zone, the Bitcoin kind of have a bull one later on, as you see in here and in this bull one, and as this bull one also. So you can say this line has still some room to drop before it reaches the green zone, but it might be faster than expected. If you take a look at beforehand, at the top to at the bottom, it takes about a year or so. In here is also a year or so. But in here, there are some large institutions that are long-term holders. You have people like GBTC, you have Coinbase, you have other exchange that are holding a large amount of crypto. So once they become a long-term holder on the wave, and with the amounts that they are holding, this line may drop steeply in the coming weeks. If you're enjoying the video so far, please don't forget to click the subscribe button and the like button. And the next one to look at is the net realized profit and loss. As I have mentioned this before, and it is also one of the indicators that ARK analysts use. So basically, when a lot of people are at loss, and it usually signals the bottom of the Bitcoin, as you can see here in July 2021. And the Glassnode presenter also labeled the 1, 2, 3 wave, or the 1, 2, 3 spikes. So we're questioning whether this is the third spike before a one-up. But if you are thinking the psychology behind this, as I mentioned, the short-term traders, if there are short-term traders buying in the all-time high, when it drops, they will suffer a huge loss because they are entering in here. And as they're selling on the one down, people are buying up. So the new people holders will be around this zone, and then another one down, they are at a loss again. And there are new people who are buying it up in here. So the new people who bought in here on the one up, you see there are some people having a huge profit. And right now, of course, it's dropped a little bit, and they are at a less loss. And when people can tolerate their current losses and not selling, then the selling pressure will decrease, which will create a buying frenzy sooner or later. So now in terms of macro, the news on Bitcoin since February 9th. So a week later, Warren Buffett has invested something related to Bitcoin. He's not investing in crypto directly, but he's invested in a bank which does a lot of crypto stuff. So my personal view on why Warren is buying into Nubank even though if he does not believe in crypto, but if he's investing in a bank that has a crypto product, so maybe he's looking for the commission that can generate it from crypto products from the bank. But that's just my thought. And then we have Repo signing up a sponsorship with Crypto Exchange. And then there's the Super Bowl, and some people call it the Crypto Bowl. And there one time with the Coinbase QR code sign up on the screen, and then it kind of crashes the Coinbase server. But whether you believe or not believe in crypto, one thing you can't deny is that the crypto publicity exposure is getting bigger and it's getting more popular every day. As you can see, Coinbase Q4 earnings kind of kills it, but they released the earning on February 24th, the exact day when Russia stepped into Ukraine. So the stock for the whole macro jobs along with everybody. But the fact that they are having good earnings means there are a lot of people doing crypto stuff. So now let's talk about Russia. So in mid-January, the Bank of Russia is saying they want to ban crypto. And then, Putin a week later saying he might not ban crypto. And now when you look at it, you can kind of feel that he kind of planted this before the Ukraine movement, as I thought he might be using crypto for a backup medium for fund transfer. And with SWIFT planning to disconnect Russian banks, now SWIFT is used for wiring and transferring money internationally. And for some of you who wire money overseas before, you might notice that sometimes they ask you to enter the SWIFT code. And without SWIFT, the companies cannot transfer money in and out of Russia, at least not by using the SWIFT system. So people might thought that crypto is the answer. So then there are people who starting to think the billionaires or the people in Russia might be going into crypto as a way of transferring their wealth out of the country. So now people are working on a way to censoring crypto. And this news just came out today, and they were interviewing the CEO of Binance. And well, he basically said that they won't block all Russia from crypto exchange because some of the Russian citizens are not supporting the war. So they will only follow the regulator rules to, let's say, ban a certain people from using the crypto exchange. As for the Bitcoin pricing, the recent one up, some people are saying that the Russians are buying the crypto. And if you take a look at the new addresses, so this is a 7 days moving average line. If this is in 0 days, it doesn't really make a lot of sense. Usually the new address is kind of associated with the price action. So you see if it goes up, goes up. If it goes down, it goes down. And recently there is a one up on both the price and the address, but of course this is updated a few days ago. This is not truly up to date yet. So in a few days when the new data release and we see the address spike up, and that can kind of confirm that there are a lot of people creating new addresses for Bitcoin, and all these new addresses might be from Russia. As for the other two macro factors, the inflation and rate hikes, I still stand firm of what I said in my previous two videos. If you want to see the data and the reason why I believe the market will have another one up, you can see my past two videos on the market. So on technical, we have a higher lows and the 50 days is coming up to cross the 200 days. And if on the next few days after consolidation or whether it backtests the 41k support, if we can have a higher high that go over this 46k, that will have a better confirmation of a uptrend. As for on-chain, the whole ratio, we're near the golden buying zone. As for profit and loss, we're possibly in the third wave. As for Russia and Ukraine, if you take a look at the past 5 wars, every time when there is a invasion happening, the market will recover. So on the macro on war, rate hikes and inflation, I'm still bull on the market. But just one thing to watch out for, if we confirm there is a spike in new addresses and the possibility of the Russians buying in Bitcoin, once they get out of the country or once things stabilize, they might sell their crypto back into whatever currency they want to hold. So there might be some selling pressure on the crypto after the Russian and Ukraine issue has solved. So this is it for today, and I'll see you guys next time.